Practically every US president had presidential pets, and I made a list of notable ones and ones with names that I like. George Washington had quite a number of hunting dogs, and this was his warhorse, Blueskin. My favoritely named ones were Sweet Lips and Scentwell, both American foxhounds. He had an Andalusian donkey named Royal Gift, which was actually a gift from King Charles III of Spain. And Martha Washington had a parrot named Snipe, but I don't think this portrait is real though. Thomas Jefferson had a mockingbird named Dick. Dick would regularly sit on his shoulder, and he even trained Dick to swoop down and take food out of his lips. And for a short time, Thomas Jefferson had 2 grizzly bear cubs. A captain named Zebulon Pike gave them to him, and I didn't think one of the coolest names in this video would be a people name. Jefferson also had a herd of about 40 sheep grazing in front of the president's house that people could apparently walk through at the time. And one notorious Shetland ram regularly attacked pedestrians. Apparently the ram even killed a boy. James Madison also had a bunch of sheep and a parrot that outlived both him and his wife. First Lady Louisa Adams kept silkworms and spun their silk. Andrew Jackson also had a parrot. Surprisingly, a lot of parrots here. His parrot was named Pole, and it had learned to swear. She even attended Jackson's funeral, but had to be removed because of loud and constant swearing. James K. Polk did have a mullet, but he didn't have no pets. Abraham Lincoln had dogs, cats, a turkey, a rabbit, a pig, amongst other animals. And one time he said that his cat Dixie is, quote, smarter than my whole cabinet. He also had a dog named Fido, which may have become a generic dog name because of Lincoln's dog named Fido. Unfortunately, a year after Lincoln was assassinated, Fido was also assassinated. I guess he jumped up on a guy with his muddy paws and the guy fucking stabbed him. Andrew Johnson also didn't have no pets, but it's said that he fed some white mice that he found in his bedroom. As far as I know, it didn't end up turning into a Willard-like situation. Grover Cleveland had hundreds of imported exotic fish. Benjamin Harrison had a pair of opossums named Mr. Reciprocity and Mr. Protection. I also don't think this picture is real. Also, he may have had a pair of alligators, but Snopes says that claims about White House alligators are unproven. Unsurprisingly, Teddy Roosevelt just had a shit ton of pets. He had a lizard named Bill the Lizard, and a bunch of guinea pigs with names like Admiral Dewey, Bishop Doane, Dr. Johnson, Father O'Grady, and Fightin' Bob Evans. And they had a garter snake that his daughter Alice named Emily Spinach. She named it Emily Spinach because it was the color of spinach and thin as my Aunt Emily. He had a badger named Josiah or Josh. He had a barn owl and a laughing hyena named Bill. Bill was given to him by Emperor Menelik II of Ethiopia. Then Warren G. Harding had a famous Airedale Terrier named Laddie Boy. Apparently he was the first dog to regularly appear in the newspapers. He even had his own chair for cabinet meetings. Calvin Coolidge and Rebecca Coolidge also just had a buttload of animals, including a raccoon named Rebecca, a pair of canaries named Nip and Tuck, a bobcat named Smokey, and a pygmy hippo named William Johnson Hippopotamus, or Bill for short. And when Herbert Hoover took the presidency, a wild possum moved into Rebecca's vacant treehouse. And so the Hoovers adopted him and named him Billy Possum. The Kennedys had a handful of dogs. Here's a picture of him with a bunch of them. George H.W. had a pair of Springer Spaniels named Millie and Ranger. And Bill Clinton had a cat named Socks. And also a chocolate lab named Buddy. But then Buddy ended up getting run over. And then George W. had a Springer Spaniel named Spotty Fetcher. And Spot was the puppy of George Sr.'s dog, Millie. And Laura Bush had a Scottish Terrier named Miss Beasley. The Obamas had a pair of Portuguese water dogs named Bo and Sunny. Donald Trump didn't have any pets. Joe Biden has had 3 different German Shepherds named Champ, Major, and Commander. But Champ died and Major and Commander had to move out of the White House because they kept biting people. He also has a former farm cat named Willow. The Bidens adopted Willow after she jumped on stage in a Pennsylvania rally in 2020. But likely come 2025 there won't be any White House pets because neither Kamala Harris nor Donald Trump have any pets.